The alliance. Selina's eyes narrowed thoughtfully. Now you're thinking like a Zalarian. Amid the glittering crystal garden of Ziria Prime, Ryan Caldwell realized he was looking at his future wife, an alien warrior from a culture he barely understood, bound to him by the machinations of a vengeful queen. Commander Holt had warned him not to start an interplanetary incident. He wondered how his superior would react to news of his impending marriage. The Queen expects this union to weaken you, Selina said, interrupting his thoughts. We should ensure it does the opposite. Ryan smiled. I think I'm going to like working with you, Commander Selina. We shall see, Ambassador Caldwell, she replied. But for the first time, there was a flicker of warmth in her voice. The palace buzzed with preparations for the marriage ceremony. Ryan was shuttled from chamber to chamber, introduced to Zalarian customs with varying degrees of enthusiasm. Some officials seemed genuinely pleased he was embracing their traditions, others could barely hide their disdain. The binding of souls, an elderly priestess explained, tracing shimmering ink on Ryan's palms, is not merely symbolic. The energies exchanged create a real connection between spouses. What kind of connection? Ryan asked, watching the ink swirl and shimmer. That depends on your soul's compatibility. For some, it's a subtle awareness. For others. She paused. We've never bonded a human to a Zarian. The results will be interesting. Later, back in his quarters, Ryan found a ceremonial outfit laid out, deep blue and silver fabric that shimmered with his movement. A knock at the door revealed Tarv, Selina's tall, stoic lieutenant. Ambassador, Tarv said stiffly, handing him a small iridescent box. Commander Selina requests your presence. Inside was a Zalarian communication device. On it glowed a single message. Meet me in the East Observatory. 1 hour before the ceremony. Come alone. The East Observatory crowned one of the highest palace towers, offering panoramic views of the crystalline capital and twin moons rising. Selina stood alone beneath the transparent dome, her crimson and black formal were embroidered with the same glowing patterns painted on Ryan's skin. You look beautiful, he said, earning a brief look of surprise. I called you here because there are things you should know, she said, her voice all business. Things the court won't tell you. I'm listening. The Queen is sending me to Earth as part of the diplomatic delegation, Selina revealed. Officially, it honors our union. In truth, she expects me to observe your defenses, spy on your world. Ryan didn't flinch. I appreciate your honesty. But why tell me? Because I believe the Queen's obsession with power will harm our people. Your planet needs minerals, we have them. A fair trade benefits both sides. She stepped closer. Which brings me to something else. The marriage bond, it creates a psychic connection. I've heard. How deep is it? It varies. Emotional awareness. Shared sensations in moments of intensity. Some believe it's quantum entanglement. But the ritual is sacred, research is limited. And you're okay with sharing your mind with a human? Selina hesitated. I've served the Queen for over 30 years. My thoughts have never truly been my own. With you, there's a chance for mutual respect. Ryan reached out, taking her hand. Whatever bond forms, I will never use it against you. Selina glanced down at their joined hands. In my culture, vows made before the ceremony carry special weight. Then consider it my first vow to you. A bell chimed. It's time, Selina said softly. Are you prepared? Ryan grinned. As ready as anyone can be to marry someone they met in a sword fight yesterday. To his surprise, Selina laughed. You humans have strange methods of courtship. This isn't exactly standard for us either. As they turned to leave, she paused. One last thing. If we're to be married, you should call me by my first name. Ryan, he said, offering a smile. Ryan, she repeated, the name exotic in her accent. Zarians value loyalty above all else. I cannot offer love, not as your people understand it. But I will give you my loyalty. From this day forward. That's more than enough to start with, Ryan said gently. The ceremony was a blur of ancient rituals and solemn vows. The luminescent ink on their palms flared as they clasped hands, sealing the bond. Ryan felt a door open in his mind, a sudden awareness of Selina's presence, not just beside him, but within. From her sharp breath, he knew she felt it too. This is just the beginning, the priestess intoned. The bond will deepen with time. After the vows, Queen Nyx approached. You are now joined with Commander Selina, a daughter of Zelaria. Our laws recognize you as one of us. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. The trade negotiations resume tomorrow, with your spouse as your counterpart. 3 months later, Ryan sat in his office in Geneva, reviewing the finalized trade agreement. Cherry blossoms bloomed outside. Across from him, Selina concluded a call with Tarv, who remained on Zyria. The first Zirconia shipment launches next week, she said, enough to power 3 major cities. Excellent, Ryan replied, sending appreciation through their bond. Over time, they had learned to use the connection with increasing precision, not quite telepathy, but something deeper. Understanding without speech. The Queen has been surprisingly cooperative, Selina observed. Calculating, more like. She knows this strengthens her hand in the Galactic Council. You've learned to think like a Zarian. I had a good teacher. Their relationship had grown into a true partnership, still with separate quarters, but with shared purpose, mutual trust, and something quietly blooming between. My cousin in Royal Intelligence, Selina said suddenly, reports Queen Nyx is in secret talks with the Aurelian Collective. Ryan's brow furrowed. She's offering them mineral access. On colony worlds. Not Zyria Prime. It skirts the exclusivity clause. Clever. She's trying to undercut us economically. Which gives us an opportunity, Selina said. The Aurelians have advanced terraforming tech, something Earth wants. You're suggesting a trilateral agreement? Precisely. Invite them in. Make it public. The Queen can't object without revealing her duplicity. Ryan smiled. It's worth exploring. He noticed a flicker of hesitation through their bond. What is it? Selina hesitated. Zarian bonded pairs traditionally share quarters after a full cycle. We've maintained separate ones out of respect for your customs. But. Ryan stepped closer, smiling. You want to move in? I'm suggesting it would be practical. He took her hands. I'd like that. Relief and affection radiated through their connection. There's one more tradition, she said, voice formal. When bonded pairs accept a joint mission, they undergo the ceremony of shared vision, a meditation that deepens the bond. What does it involve? Selina smiled. Trust. Vulnerability. And seeing each other as we truly are. I'm in, Ryan said. All the way. The challenge. The gleaming silver armor reflected the harsh purple glow of the alien palace as Ryan Caldwell stood his ground, jaw set in defiance. His light blonde hair was casually swept back, stubble accentuating the hard lines of his face as he stared directly into the eyes of Queen Nyx. I won't do it, he said, voice unwavering despite the tension thickening the royal chamber. I'm an ambassador from Earth, not your errand boy. The purple-skinned queen narrowed her eyes dangerously. Her golden crown caught the light as she leaned forward on her ornate throne. The court fell into stunned silence, every gaze locked on the human who dared defy their monarch. You forget your place, human, Queen Nyx hissed, her melodic voice laced with menace. The Zarian Empire spans 12 systems. Earth is but a speck in our galaxy. You would be wise to remember that. Ryan crossed his arms, the plates of his armor shifting with the motion. Earth may be small, your majesty. But we don't bow to intimidation. I came to negotiate a trade agreement, not fetch you exotic pets from the radiation zones. The queen's face twisted in fury, her purple skin darkening. She rose from her throne, prompting gasps from the courtiers, who immediately backed away. Selena, her voice echoed through the chamber. From the shadows stepped a tall, slender figure. Her crimson skin contrasted sharply with flowing silver hair, and her black and crimson armor hugged her athletic frame. Her yellow eyes locked on Ryan with predatory intensity. "Yes, my queen?" Selena asked, her voice surprisingly melodious for someone who radiated danger. "This human refuses to show proper respect," Queen Nyx said, pointing a long, elegant finger at Ryan. "He must be taught humility. Challenge him to combat. Defeat him. Make him beg for mercy before the entire court." Ryan's eyebrows rose. "Combat? Is that how you resolve diplomatic disagreements?" Selena stepped forward, movements fluid and feline. "I accept the challenge, my queen," she said, turning to Ryan with a smirk. "Unless the human is afraid." Ryan chuckled. 6 years in the Galactic Marines before I joined the diplomatic corps. I've handled worse than an overconfident alien warrior. I accept. Name your terms, he added. Sword combat, Selena declared, eyes gleaming. With traditional Zarian blades. Tomorrow at dawn, the queen announced, satisfaction gleaming in her eyes. In the royal arena. The entire court will witness your humiliation. As the court dispersed, Ryan caught Selena studying him with a strange intensity. He winked, earning a scowl in return. "You should prepare for tomorrow," she said coolly. "I am undefeated with the blade." "There's a first time for everything," he replied, his confidence clearly irritating her. "Your arrogance will make your defeat all the sweeter," she said, turning sharply. Ryan watched her leave, admiring her grace despite himself. "Looking forward to our dance tomorrow," he called. She didn't turn back, but he noticed her steps falter ever so slightly. Back in his guest quarters, Ryan contacted Earth. A holographic image of Commander Holt flickered to life. "They want me to fight their champion," Ryan explained. "With swords, of all things. Can you win?" Holt asked bluntly. "She's trained with those weapons all her life," Ryan said. "But I fenced competitively before the Marines and had close-quarters sword training. It's not impossible." "Don't underestimate her," Holt warned. "These negotiations are critical. The mineral deposits on Ziria Prime could solve Earth's energy crisis." "I know what's at stake," Ryan assured him. "But I couldn't agree to fetch radioactive creatures for the Queen's amusement." "Just don't get yourself killed," Holt muttered. "Or start an interplanetary incident." "No promises on the incident part," Ryan grinned. That night, a Zarian servant delivered a practice sword. It resembled a traditional longsword but was made of a strange, ultralight metal with an impossibly sharp edge. Ryan spent hours familiarizing himself with it, knowing tomorrow's duel would test him like never before. As he lay in bed, he couldn't shake the image of Selena's yellow eyes from his mind, sharp, calculating, almost curious. The duel. Dawn painted the Xylerian sky in hues of amber and magenta. Ryan arrived early at the Royal Arena, surprised to find it already packed with spectators. The circular battleground was surrounded by tiered seats, filled with Zarian nobility in dazzling finery. He wore his formal diplomatic uniform, dark blue, sleek, unarmored. A calculated risk for better mobility. Queen Nyx sat on an elevated platform, her golden crown glinting in the morning light. Her expression turned smug as she spotted Ryan. "The human arrives," she declared, her voice magically amplified. "Let us see if his courage matches his insolence." Selena emerged from the opposite entrance, clad in a form-fitting black and crimson combat suit. Her silver hair was tied back in a braid, yellow eyes sharp as daggers. A herald stepped forward. Combat continues until one party yields or is unable to continue. Death is permitted but not required. Ryan's brow lifted slightly, but he remained composed. A servant presented a ceremonial box with 2 Zarian swords. Selena selected one, performing a few elegant test swings. Ryan took the other, nodding at its flawless craftsmanship. They were forged in the heart of a dying star, Selena said, with a hint of pride. The metal remembers the heat of creation. They took their positions. Still confident, human, she asked softly. I'd wish you luck, but I don't think you believe in it. Luck is for the unprepared, she replied. The herald raised his staff, and slammed it down. Selena struck first, fast as lightning. Her blade whistled toward Ryan's neck. He parried just in time, absorbing the force through clenched teeth. The crowd gasped at her speed. She was fluid, relentless, like water, shifting, never striking from the same angle twice. Ryan's fencing experience allowed him to read patterns, countering with precision and efficiency. Where she flowed, he stood firm, unyielding, grounded. Their blades clashed, again and again. Sparks danced in the air. You've had training, Selena acknowledged, sweat forming on her brow. You sound surprised. 20 minutes passed. The crowd, expecting a quick defeat, now sat silent and riveted. Ryan's muscles burned under the planet's heavier gravity. He had to end it. He exposed his left side, bait. Selena took it. She lunged with full force, but Ryan spun at the last second. Her blade missed. He stepped in, placing his sword at her throat. Stillness. Do you yield? He asked. Selena's yellow eyes flicked up at him, shock, frustration, something else. I yield, she said, voice low. He immediately withdrew and bowed. After a moment's hesitation, she returned the gesture. The arena was silent. Then a slow, hesitant applause broke out, acknowledgement, not celebration. Queen Nyx rose. This matter is not finished, she said icily. Ambassador Caldwell, attend me in the throne room, immediately. As she left, Ryan looked to Selena. No hatred. Just curiosity. Well fought, he offered. You use deception. I use strategy. A faint smile touched her lips. The Queen will not forget this humiliation. I wasn't trying to humiliate anyone, Ryan replied. Just stand my ground. You've done what no outsider has ever done, Selena said. She paused. Be careful. The Queen's wrath can be creative. The decree. The royal throne room buzzed with tension. Officials whispered behind folded hands as Ryan stood before the empty throne. The doors opened. Queen Nyx swept in. Everyone kneeled, except Ryan, who bowed respectfully. Her eyes narrowed but she said nothing. Ambassador Caldwell, she began. You've caused quite the stir. That wasn't my intention, Your Majesty. Indeed. And now, we have a diplomatic situation. She turned to an elderly Zarian in ceremonial robes. High Judicator, explain to our guest the law of conquest. The elder cleared his throat. When a formal challenge is issued and the challenger wins, he may claim compensation for the offense. If the champion is royal, the victor may claim the champion's position, possessions, or hand in marriage. A ripple of shock echoed through the court. Marriage? Ryan repeated, stunned. Yes, Queen Nyx said, enjoying his discomfort. You defeated my champion. By our law, you may claim her as your spouse. Ryan's mind raced. A trap. But where? And if I decline? You insult our customs. The trade negotiations would end. There it was. This feels less like a reward and more like a punishment. The law concerns honor. Not feelings. The throne room doors opened again. Selina entered, now in a formal gown with silver shoulder armor. She knelt before the throne. "You summon me? Your conqueror must make his claim," the queen said. "Will you accept him, or reject tradition?" Ryan looked at Selina. Her gaze met his, intense, unreadable. He took a breath. "If the law demands it, and if Commander Selina consents, I will honor your custom." The queen's smile faltered. "Commander Selina has no choice." "I care about tradition," Ryan said, "but I care about consent more. I won't proceed without it." All eyes turned to Selina. She stood.